Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So in our last video, we made it possible to share a board, but we only finished the first part, which is to share with everyone. So today I'm gonna work on the second part where it allows you to share with a user. Yeah, so let's get started. So I haven't touched this project for a week. So please allow me to spend some time trying to figure out where things are. Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, share with user. Okay. Um, okay. So I think before we do that, because we eventually will need to display a list of users that the board has been shared with, and I think we need to make. I think it's better to make a request here, right, instead of in a board, because there's a chance that user never clicks the model. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think we can just get started with this first. Okay. Let's make a separate component for that part. So take a board. That's it, right? And it's gonna be its peak. Yeah. So why is it complaining? I think it's just the language server has been slow. Add some state. Should I just use form here? Because we had a form somewhere. Yeah, so that I don't need to manually create the unchanged function. It's probably overkill for this, but I think it still save us like a number of lines of code, maybe. And I think it is in fact a form, I think. So we have a form here. Of course, we need to import that. And then I think it's register. Username. Yeah, actually, let's just make it a form, right? That look right? Yeah, this one becomes form table. Okay, how does that look like? Oops. And submit is not defined, of course. Well, okay. Need to start with this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I guess this autocomplete is. Can disable that. Um. I can just do that, I guess. It's on the form. Okay, it could be on the form or on the field. Let's disable it here. Yes. Oh, okay. So it's auto complete. Sorry. It's gotta be a string. Let's do here. Oh, it's off. Is that it? Okay, that works. Guess we have a button here. Just copy that. Uh, and I guess I have a margin 4, 2. That works for me, I think. So now we need to work on the GraphQL part. Let's schema. And username string. We can have a value here, right? So that we can use the same mutation for both share and unshare. Yeah, let's try this. Required should be true. Can I add a description here? Not sure. Let's try this. And it's gonna return the board. And take ID, username, value. They're all required. Let's do that. So I think, I think one thing that makes sense to do is that for the user, I think it makes sense to differentiate between the owner and the user with shared access, right? And I think it makes sense to allow certain actions if the user is the owner. For example, to share with other user, I don't think a shared user should be able to reshare that to other users. And maybe for things like deleting the board or something else in the future. Let's have a row here. And that's gonna be char field with choices. It's gonna be, I don't know, 12. What else? We need the choices. Let's define the choices here. It's choices. Owner. Is it something like that? Okay. Do we need a migration? I think we do. I think at this point it's fine, right? I mean, by that I mean we don't need to migrate the existing data because there's practically there's no shared users yet. So every user is an owner. All right. Put one of default now, and it's gonna be owner. Okay, that works. And I think the check access should also say include click shared and defaults to true. You can do not include shared. I don't know how this works here. Let me try something. Let's see. You can do that. Membership. Let's see. And sorry, what's that? Something like that. Yours row should be both user owner. Something like that. Let's see. Seems like it's still working. Yeah. Although I'm always passing it as true if I change to false. Oops, that's broken. Yeah, I guess that's not how it works. I mean, I can do it on the other side. It's just I thought this would be easier. Let's get a user first. Yeah. Maybe it should be that, right? Board user, right? Should just be board user, maybe. Yeah. Though, let's see. Guess it's not filtering on. What if include shared is false, then it must be owner. And what if I guess that's the same. I guess that's right. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's right. Like for this case. I can test it later. So here we need to say include shared as false. Otherwise, we create the board users. Well, we need to find the user first. So well, I guess I just import it here. I'm just wondering if it's possible to have like two users on the board, like the same user but with different row. Do you need a unique together here? Anyways, I mean, we can say something like there's no user, then we just return. If the user is already a owner, then the board. Otherwise, we can do get or create, or I guess it's update or create. Yeah. Actually, no. If it exists, we need to remove it. Yeah. So value. Here. Otherwise, we just need to delete that. Right, in the return board. Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess we still need the it's two things here, I think. The first one is for users. We do not have for user. So let's create it here. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's okay to expose user here, right? Because potentially you can get other users' information from here. Let's take a look at what are exposed. So right now it's only ID and username. So I guess that's fine. Maybe let's do a public user here. Let's worry about it later. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Though we still do need some access control here. If the user doesn't have access to the board, then we should not give access to the board users on the board. So get a board. Well, let's just do super here. This is not optimum, but we can improve it later. So it's gonna be will be user ID will be something like that. And unit row, maybe. What's gonna be? You know? How does enum work here? I think we can define it like that. Well, actually, I'm wondering if we can just use the can we use the Django enum here, like the choices? I think there's something ran from Django dot latest converters. Not sure. No. Let's see. Okay, here's a converter, right? I think there's something generate name. Convert choice field to enum. That takes a field. I think we need this. Convert choices to named enum with description. Okay, so choices. So the name is just going to be board user. And that's going to be I think in order for that to work, actually need to say Maybe should be required, right? It's going to be not required because it should be a public. It might be a public board. So this is going to be port users, not port user. Other stuff. Right? Hmm. Let's go row first. Let's try it out. So what's the issue? I get it errored out. And the error information, too many values to unpack. Guess it might be, where's this? Required. Oops. I guess it doesn't have required. Is that right? It's not a valid enum. Well, I don't know. Or maybe it's just something like that. That seems to be working. Although I do want this to be not required. I'm not sure if that's possible though. Graphing dot good. Okay. So that seems to be working. Oops. Let's see. Let's do the get node thing here. I can get your row. Yeah. Oh well. I guess this doesn't work. Huh. Let's if I do flat here. Maybe that'll work. Okay, that works. So the viewer row will have type. It's just I guess it's by default not required. At some point, we need to use the data loader to deduplicate a lot of the queries. So the row here, that's a different type. Why? The row, I said the row should be of this type here. I do something like that. Does it help? Yeah, that works. I don't know. That's weird. Let's try again. Yeah, so I guess that you have to wrap it inside a graphing.view. Okay, that's good enough. But this one should have required set to true. Yep. Okay, so with that information, we can query the where's the query? Index. Right, your row. We can query that information. We have the information here, and then if the current user is not the owner, then we just don't show this at all, I guess. Need to generate the type, okay. Let's see. Oh, the type is given like that, but the type from here, well, I just copy that. I mean, why didn't I just do that, right? Well, I guess I don't have auto completion. Is it exported? It is. Okay. Let me compiles. Also type here. Global types. Okay, it's a enum. Well, I guess I need to import that as well. So in the share model, we just need to create the mutation function here. Create the mutation here. But before that, my username makes more sense. So we need to update the ID and both users. Username and row. And what else? I guess that's it. Let's also query that here. Okay, let's generate the types. Okay. Well, so let's do share first. Say like that. So type of data. Okay, yep. Should this be wrapped around a use callback or something? Huh. Let's see. So basically, handle submit on submit. I see. So this should actually be should be something like that. Port the ID. That's it. Well, the names gets very long. Well, we just need another one to unshare. Now I think this is fine. Well, let's try it out. It's still hard to it's still hard to know if it worked or not, right? Because we need to maybe do that. If it's not successful, just don't return anything because nothing should have been changed at this point. Yeah. Right. So let's try that. Well, do I have another user? Let me log out first. Create a new tab somewhere. New window. No, it's gonna be a private mode. For user. Let's see. Do I have foo3? Nope. Good too. Oh, that's a different bot. I think we just need a redirect here. So when the user logged in, the user is still on the login page, the auth page. So basically, we just need to redirect. If the user is logged in, we just redirect the user from auth to the home page. For now. Okay, that worked. I think if I share that board, it should show up here. Let's see. To share. Ta-da. Board. Okay, so the board did come back. So yeah, it's here. And because I'm not the owner, I don't see the share tab, which is good. Right? Yeah, I think it's good. So I just need to show a list of users that already have access somewhere. I mean, ideally we need to some kind of pagination or things like that, but for now, let's just list it here. Yeah. And ideally, I guess maybe we should allow user to share to share the owner access to other users. It should be possible to have more than one owner. Okay. Actually, do I have the React debug tool? No? Well, let's get it. Add extension. Okay. Guess I need to open that again. Inspector. Oh yeah. I just want to, make sure that we do have the required data. Yeah, the pool users are here. And yeah, they look correct to me. Just want to make sure that it's shared here. So okay, I'll just do it here. Maybe we can do something like then we can do, well, first of all, right. Oh, I think I didn't end up with adding the board users here. I'm not sure if I should though. Maybe I should not do it. I use the anywhere. No. Let's do it here. Although, I mean, just for the sake of just to make things easier, let's try this out first. So where does it get its type? Oh. Guess I copy the type from here. Okay. now I should have access to import users. Let's do a map. And it's gonna be hmm? Sorry, why is it yeah, should have username and just do something like that for now. So let's take a look. Yeah, here we have foo is the owner and foo2 is the shared user. Let's add a remove button somewhere. So what should that be? So make a callback here, right? I'm not sure what's the best practice for that, honestly. I do know I need a key here. Do I have the ID now? Add it. It should not, I guess, well, I guess this works. So I take username and it's gonna return the function, right? And it's just gonna do the same thing here, except that the value should be false. And this is only when is wonder why the auto completion doesn't work. Only when the row is shared. Right, it doesn't have an ID because I haven't generated the type file. Cannot query field ID. Maybe I didn't add it. Schema. I did not. No, it's weird it still allows for the node interface. Because the node interface does have an ID. It should require an ID. Okay. Well, so that's that, I guess. Remove. did work. It probably did not work. Sorry, what? Oh, I guess it's something in a callback, is it? Huh. Take a username. All right, because I need to call it with the username. That returns a callback. Okay. Okay, that works. If I refresh this page, I still have access. Oh, because it's public. Oh, I should have the option to go back. Well, I guess we'll add it next time. And, if I share it again, now I have it. Oh, well, I guess not. Okay, let's see what went wrong. The whiteboard is not. Let's see. Right, I think it's here somewhere in the get node function. What has access? Let's see, what does has access to? So it does that. User ID. Well, I guess the query, maybe the query didn't work. Let's bring it out. All right, because this one should be true by default. Is that it? Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess now we have the sharing, like a basic version of share working. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.